The story of Britain's high street banks is one of gradual retreat. Once every town had a Lloyds, a Halifax, a Barclays, perhaps even a building society. Now, even large market towns are losing their final branches, leaving what is now described as banking deserts. The latest move from the Lloyds banking group, cutting hours across all 757 of its Lloyds, Halifax and Bank of Scotland branches, tells us a great deal about the failure of our banking systems to meet public need. From September the 29th, every Lloyds, Halifax and Bank of Scotland branch that still remains in your town will open later and close earlier. This reduces face-to-face access by around 90 minutes per day in many areas. On top of this, closures are constant. 136 more Lloyds Group branches are due to shut by 2026, and since 2015, Britain has lost more than 6,500 branches overall, two-thirds of the network. This is not a small tidy up, but the hollowing out of community banking. When I moved to Rugby, I had two bank accounts, both of which I could access in Rugby. Now I can access neither. Why are banks retreating? Well, digitalisation. Most transactions are now online or via mobile apps, particularly among younger customers. Consolidation. Lloyds, Halifax and the Bank of Scotland all share infrastructure, so overlap gives them an excuse to shut outlets. Cost efficiency. Maintaining branches is expensive compared to servers and apps. Training staff and well-being. Lloyds claims shorter hours give staff more training time, but that's hardly consolation to customers stranded without local banking. And the problem with apps and with doing things online is that these systems fail regularly, and you suddenly find you're trying to make a payment and you get an 80101 message telling you to call the bank, and the bank doesn't open until 9 o'clock. There is madness in the sort of engagement that banks have got with their so-called customers. The retreat is deeply unequal. Elderly customers often lack digital literacy and need face-to-face help. Rural communities can be left with no branch doors, sometimes no cash machine either. Post offices and banking hubs, we're told if the bank doesn't work, go to the post office. Well, post offices don't always exist either. Hours are short, services limited, queues long. That means the people most reliant on cash and personal advice are entirely abandoned. The banking deserts, examples are stark. In Suffolk, there are places where the last bank, where people are losing their banks after 107 years. In Winslow in Cheshire, RBS, TSB, Halifax, NatWest vanish. Only Santander and Nationwide remain. In Hertford, towns like Waltham Cross, Hoddesdon and Hatfield, multiple closures have left vast gaps in service. A high street without a bank is not only inconvenient, it damages local businesses and confidence. Regulators are slowly waking up. The FCA must consider local cash access before allowing closures. And the government and industry are trialling shared banking hubs. 81 are open so far, with a target of 230 by the end of 2025 and 350 by 2029. But these are stopgaps. They cannot replicate the authority, privacy and trust of a full branch service. And actually, when a branch... my local Barclays closed for a refit. That refit means that actually nothing is available in the branch at all. You go into the branch to use cash machines, and there are staff directing you to the cash machines and offering you help if you don't understand how to use the cash machines. It's patronising and it's impersonal. The failure here is not technological but moral. Banks were bailed out in 2008 with public money. They promised to serve communities in return, yet actions since have hollowed out those very communities. The irony is clear. At a time when Lloyds advertises competitive savings rates of 6.25%, it simultaneously locks the door earlier in the day. The collapse of Britain's branch network is not inevitable. It's the product of strategic choices by banks themselves, who place efficiency above equity, digital convenience before social duty. A civilized banking system must be more than an app. It must be present, reliable and accessible to all. Until banks rediscover that, their failure will remain visible, not in their balance sheets, but in the empty high streets of Britain. It has a knock-on effect.